friends and family, I am going to come to request all guests one more time to please make your way over to your respective tables and please be seated. We're just about ready to kick off today's event, but before we do so, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are standing at the right side, right around the bar area, I do apologize if you kindly make your way to your tables and please be seated. Another quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to keep the bar closed for the time being, but we do have servers coming around table by table taking drink orders. Thank you. request all guests to please be seated. In about 2 minutes or less, we're going to go and get started. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another big round of applause for the groom's parents out there! Next, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help me welcome the beautiful bride's parents. Make some noise for Sergeant Matthew and Bina Matthew out there! One more time, make some noise for the prize parents! said next, put your hands together and make some noise for Isaac, Josh, George, Mira, and Shruti. and family here today. I am going to request all guests to please kindly return to your tables and please be seated as we're going to go and kick off today's program. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, friends and family here today, I am going to request everyone to please be seated and give your undivided attention. Folks, we're going to go ahead and kick off this beautiful event with an opening prayer by NNTSO and Action Rev NNB George. I do kindly invite them to please come on over for the opening prayer. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to request everyone else to please observe some silence. Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to request all guests to please kindly settle down and please observe some silence at this time. Thank you.
Hello. Attention please. In this moment of divine gathering, as hearts unite in celebration of Blair and Kavitha's wedding, let us close our eyes and our lights. My Heavenly Father, look upon this beautiful union of Sadhu and Babu's families with your boundless grace and love. May your tender blessings shower upon Blair and Kavitha as they stand on the threshold of the life joined together. Grant them, dear Lord, the fortitude of love, as soft as morning dew, and as enduring as the hills. Let their journey ahead be a testament to the Scriptures, where patience and humility and forgiveness pave the path they tread. Like a cherished melody, may their love recall the virtues of the kindness, understanding and unwavering support. Lord, we implore your divine guidance to embrace all those present and encircle them in your warmth. May this ceremony be a sacred symphony, playing the notes of your profound love, igniting hope, joy, and peace in every heart. O merciful God, bless this union with the sweet fragrance of unity. Grace it with serenity of your presence, and sheltered beneath the canopy of your everlasting love. In this moment and all the days to come, let your divine hand and the guiding light illuminate the path with happiness and fulfillment. O Lord God Almighty, bless the food and drinks you have provided for us today, so that we may eat and be nourished to do the holy will. In the name of Lord Jesus we pray. Amen. Well, on behalf of all our children and all those who gathered here, let me take this opportunity to extend our warm wishes and greetings to the newly wedded couple, Blair and Kavitha. Both Sergeant and Babu are very close to me for the last couple of decades, I would say. So I'm considering it as a great privilege to be here along with this joyous occasion, where the heavenly choices and blessings showers on Kavitha and Blair throughout their married life. My humble prayers are always with you. സങ്കീർത്തനക്കാരന്റെ മനോഹരമായ ആശംസയുള്ള നീ ഭാഗ്യവാൻ നിനക്ക് നൽകുന്നത് നിന്റെ ഭാര്യ വീട്ടിലകത്ത് ഫലപ്രദമായ നൂതിയൊഴുകുന്നത് ദൈവം നിനക്ക് വരുന്ന മക്കൾ മേശയ്ക്ക് ചുറ്റും ഒരുമതികൾ പോലെ ഇരിക്കും യഹോവഭക്തനായ പുരുഷൻ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കുക. May the Lord Almighty showers all the blessings throughout your life. May God bless you at a great time. Thank you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next, please kindly put your hands together as we do have a few words from the group's parents. Can we make some noise for Babu, George, and Lindsay Babu out there? Make some noise for the group's parents, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, folks, I am going to request everyone to please observe some silence during our speeches. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Respected attendants, brothers, sisters, children, and friends, we are the proud parents of Blair, Babu, and Lizzie. Thank you all for coming to celebrate the wedding of Blair and Kavitha. We are so happy to have you all here on this occasion. I welcome Reverend Father Nanandi Isho, vicar of our church. As you all know, the importance of the priest in an Orthodox family. Actually, is always available for us for any of our religious projects and give us guidance for growing in our faith, particularly guiding all of these wedding arrangements. I have great pleasure and privilege to welcome our Achan to this happiest occasion. I also welcome Reverend Father Dr. Dinesh Philip, was the principal of Malagra Orthodox Theological Seminary in Nagapur, and now he is serving as the professor of Malagra Orthodox Theological Seminary in Kottayam. Achan traveled all the way from India to here to bless Blair and Kavitha on their happiest day. I have great pleasure and privilege to welcome Achan to this happiest occasion. I also have great pleasure to welcome Reverend Father Dr. Nana George. Achan is the General Secretary of Malabar Orthodox Clergy Association. He is the key speaker for this year's Family and Youth Conference of the Northeast Diocese. We are so happy to have him here to bless Blair and Kavitha. Reverend Father Paul Cherian expected to come here. Actually is expected to come here as sooner. I am pleased to welcome him to this happiest occasion. Deacon Robbie Anthony is the Director of Men's Ministry of the Rockleigh Diocese. He was engaged in the public conference last 3 days and still found the time to come here to celebrate this happiest moment and bless Blair and Kavitha. With great pleasure, we welcome Reverend Deacon to this happiest occasion. We are excited to have Kavitha as part of our family. Kavitha, I have known since you are a baby in our church. I never thought she would be our daughter. Actually, I am the last person. I didn't know that you would be my daughter. All these years, our conversations were limited to hi Paul and hi uncle. I am now able to know her well. She is kind, intelligent and very warm. Thank you, Kavitha, for being a great blessing to Blair. You have also become a blessing in all of our lives. We appreciate Kavitha's parents and family for raising an amazing woman. I know Sajan and Bina, not only from the church, but at the work also. We usually park our cars in the parking lot at the same time and talk while reaching to the office. It is easy to see all the value you have installed in Kavitha. We look forward to all our shared celebrations we will have together in the future. Now I will speak about Blair. Blair has always been very passionate and with a strong opinion. He is very driven and loyal and God-fearing. I am proud of the man he has become, especially in Kavitha. We all want our children to grow and find someone who brings the best out of them. You two support each other, challenge each other, and bring all the best in each other. Again, thank you all for coming from near and far, from India, Dubai, UK, Canada, and other places and other states of America. Again, we are so happy to have you all here, and we extend our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Blair and Kavitha, be loving, compassionate, and kind to each other, to others, and to the world. May God bless both of you and all of us. Thank you. Now listen to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lizzie, and as Blair's proud mother, it fills my heart to welcome all of you today. I'm also happy to have my am proud to watch Blair grow into the thoughtful, kind, and capable man he is today. He's very kind and caring, and he's always helping me when I need. Cuckoo, I have known you for a very long time. I remember I was your favorite auntie when you were a little girl. And you have always been a great joy. We are truly grateful to welcome you as our daughter. Blair and Cuckoo, we hope your love grows stronger every year. God bless you both and all of us.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, have another big round of applause for those beautiful words. And friends and family, before we move on, I do apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to request each and every table to please quiet down. Folks, I know you guys have limited time. We're going to have plenty of fun time later on, but if everyone can do me a favor, during the speeches, please quiet down so our bride and groom can hear what's going on. Thank you.
Respected communities, my dear friends and relatives, and my Transfiguration family. I am so excited to see you all. I prefer to speak in our mother tongue, Malayalam. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഈ വെഡിങ് സെറിമണിയുടെ ചീഫ് സെലിബ്രന്റ് ആയിരുന്ന സെന്റ് ഗ്രിഗോറിയോസ് ചർച്ചിന്റെ വികാരി റവറൻഡ് ഫാദർ നൈനാൻ ഈശോച്ചനെ ഹാർദവമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയും പ്രത്യേകം നന്ദി പറയുകയും ചെയ്തു. കുക്കു ഉണ്ടായ സമയം മുതൽ ഇത്രയും നാൾ വരെ ഓരോ വളർച്ചയുടെ നാളുകളിലും കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന അടുത്തറിയാവുന്ന അച്ഛന് അന്യൊരു സഹോദരനെ പോലെ തന്നെ പെരുമാറുന്ന ഒരു വൈദികനാണ്. അച്ഛനോടും അച്ഛനോടും കുടുംബത്തോടുമുള്ള പ്രത്യേകമായ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. രണ്ടാമതായിട്ട് കവിതയെ മാമോദിസ മുഖ്യ ബിജേഷ് അച്ഛൻ. ബിജേഷ് തന്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മാമോദിസ ആയിരുന്നു കവിതയുടെ. ബിജേഷ് കവിതയുടെ അങ്കിളാണ്. അച്ഛനെ പറ്റി ബാബു ഓൾറെഡി ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞു. അച്ഛനെ കല്യാണത്തിന് വേണ്ടി മാത്രം നാട്ടിൽ നിന്നും എത്തിയതാണ്. അച്ഛനോടുള്ള പ്രത്യേകമായ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അടുത്തത് ഡോക്ടർ നൈനാൻ പി ജോർജ് അച്ഛൻ.
അച്ഛൻ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ അച്ഛനുമായുള്ള പരിചയം more than 2 decades. That is true. അച്ഛനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു CBSE സ്കൂളിന്റെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ, അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റർ, അതുകൂടാതെ ഇന്ത്യൻ ഓർത്തഡോക്സ് വൈദിക സംഘത്തിന്റെ സെക്രട്ടറി, മറ്റു പല ചുമതലകളും വഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വൈദികൻ, കൂടാതെ ഫാമിലി ആൻഡ് യൂത്ത് കോൺഫറൻസിന്റെ കീനോട്ട് സ്പീക്കറുമായിട്ടാണ് അച്ഛനോട് വരുന്നത്. അച്ഛനെ ഞാൻ ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് 2 ആഴ്ച മുമ്പ് മാത്രമാണ്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബത്തിന്റെ ആ ഒരു ആതിഥേയത്വം സ്വീകരിച്ച പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ഡോക്ടർ നയനാനി അച്ഛനോടുള്ള പ്രത്യേകമായ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും ഇത്തരത്തിൽ അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി അടുത്തത് ഡോക്ടർ ഡീക്കൻ റോബിൻ ആന്റണിയാണ്. ചമ്മാച്ചനോടുള്ള പ്രത്യേകമായ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഫാദർ തോച്ചറിയാൻ അച്ഛൻ എത്തിച്ചേരുമെന്ന് കരുതുന്നു. അച്ഛനെയും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇനിയും ഞാൻ കുക്കുവിനെയും ബ്ലെയറിനെ പറ്റിയും ഒരു 2 മിനിറ്റ് പറയുവാനായിട്ട് സമയമെടുക്കുകയാണ്. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ ബ്ലെയറിനെ കുക്കുവിനെയും ഒരുമിച്ച് കാണുന്നത് എൻ്റെ മൂത്ത മകൾ ജെസിയുടെ പ്രപ്പോസലിന്റെ സമയത്താണ്. പ്രപ്പോസൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഞാനും ബീനയും കൂടെ കാറിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ കുക്കുവും ബ്ലെയറും വഴിയെ നടന്നു പോകും. ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചു പോവാ കുക്കു കാറിൽ കയറി. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വീട്ടിൽ വന്നു. വീട്ടിൽ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ബ്ലെയറിനെ എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഒരു 2-3 ആഴ്ച കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് വീട്ടില് ഡാഡി ഉണ്ട്, അതുപോലെ അവരുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് ആരുടെ 3-4 പേര്. ഞാൻ കുക്കുവിനെ വിളിച്ചു. കുക്കുമില്ലായിരുന്നു. ഇവരെ പിള്ളേരെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് ഇരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾ കാത്തു പിടിക്കുന്നു. ബ്ലെയറോട് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ബ്ലെയർ നിനക്ക് കുക്കുവിനെ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്, കല്യാണം കഴിക്കാൻ ഇഷ്ടമാണെങ്കിൽ മാത്രം ഒരുമിച്ച് നിങ്ങൾ നടന്നാൽ മതി. തമാശാണെങ്കിൽ കൂടുതൽ എന്റെ ബ്ലെയർ പറഞ്ഞ് എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. അങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ വരെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നു. അതുപോലെ വീണ സൺഡേ സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിപ്പിച്ച വീണാണ്. ഇവിടെ വന്നപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അറിയാവുന്നതാണ്. ബ്ലെയറിനെ ഒരു മരുമകനായിട്ട് കിട്ടിയ ഞങ്ങളുടെ 2ാമത്തെ മകനാണ്. ആദ്യത്തെ മകൻ ഡാഡി, 2ാമത്തെ മകൻ ബ്ലെയർ. ബ്ലെയറിനെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബത്തിലേക്ക് ഹാർദവമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തു. കുക്കുവിന്റെ ഒരു നേച്ചറിനെ പറ്റി ഞാനത് പറയുകയാണ്. ഒരിക്കലും കുക്കു ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് മെക്ഡോണൽസിൽ ലഞ്ച് കഴിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഒരു ലൈൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ ലൈൻ നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു ഹോംലെസ് പേഴ്സൺ തോന്നി. അപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്ക് ലഞ്ച് വാങ്ങിച്ചാൽ കുക്കുവിന്റെ കയ്യിൽ ആകെപ്പാടെ $10. അപ്പം ലഞ്ച് വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പൊ ഈ ആള് ഫുഡ് ഓർഡർ ചെയ്തു. ആദ്യം ചിക്കൻ സാൻഡ്വിച്ച്, ഫ്രൈസ് എല്ലാം കൂടെ കൂടി ഇപ്പം $9 കൂടുതലായി. കുറെ വർഷങ്ങൾ മുമ്പാണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് കൊടുത്ത് വാങ്ങിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞ് കുക്കുന്ന് സാൻഡ്വിച്ച് വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ പൈസ ഇല്ല. തിരിച്ച് വീട്ടിൽ വന്നു. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു നേച്ചറാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് കയ്യിലുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഇല്ലെങ്കിലും പോലീസ് എത്തിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അങ്ങനെ യാതൊരു വിഷയം. 2ാമത്തെ എക്സാമ്പിള് കുക്കു കൗണ്ടിയിൽ ഹ്യൂമൻ റിസോഴ്സിൽ ഏകദേശം 1 വർഷക്കാലം ജോലി ചെയ്തു. അപ്പൊ ജോലി ചെയ്ത സമയത്ത് ഒരു ക്രിസ്മസ് ടൈമില് ഒരു $1000-1500 പൈസ ഗിഫ്റ്റായിട്ട് സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്താണ്. ആ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് എന്റെ അടുത്ത്, ഡു യു നോ കവിത മാത്യു? ഞാൻ ഷീസ് മൈ ഡോട്ടർ. ഷീ ഈസ് സോ നൈസ്. ഐ നെവർ ഗോട്ട് സച്ച് എ നൈസ് ഗിഫ്റ്റ് ഫ്രം സമൺ ഇൻ മൈ എൻറ്റയർ കരിയർ. അതുപോലെ കിട്ടുന്ന പൈസ സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ബ്ലെയർ
Be very careful. Do not give her too many credit cards. Credit card കൊടുക്കുന്നതിന് കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ലിമിറ്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. Nothing more than $1,000. And you have to track it. പിന്നെ മുമ്പ് പെറ്റ്സിനെയൊക്കെ വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. ഡ്രൈവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു അമ്മാനെയോ ഒരു മുയലിനെ കണ്ടാൽ കയ്യിലാണെങ്കിലും പട്ടി നിർത്തും. അപ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി ഡേഞ്ചറസ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് be very careful. Make sure she doesn't stop in the highway. ഇനിയും ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന എൻ്റെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് ആൻഡ് റിലേറ്റീവ്സ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. കൂടാതെ ഈ കൺട്രി ക്ലബിൻ്റെ കോർഡിനേറ്റർ ബാരി ആൻഡ് ഡയറക്ടർ ഓഫ് ഓപ്പറേഷൻ മിസ്റ്റർ ജെയിംസ്, let me express my sincere thanks to Director of Operation and the Coordinator Barry. Thank you so much. In addition to that, let me express my sincere thanks to all of those friends, especially Elia, Sulema, and Leslie, and all other friends. Thank you so much. Let me hand over the mic to my wife.
Thank you everyone for being with us today. ഇന്ന് വളരെ സന്തോഷമുള്ള ഒരു ദിവസമാണ്. കാരണം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് രണ്ടാമത് ഒരു മകനെ കൂടി ഞങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബത്തിലേക്ക് കിട്ടുകയാണ്. ആദ്യം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മകനെ കിട്ടി, മൂന്ന് മകനെ കിട്ടി, രണ്ടാമത് ഒരു മകനെ കൂടി കിട്ടുകയാണ്. വളരെ സന്തോഷം. ദൈവത്തിന് കൃപയ്ക്ക് നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. ബ്ലെയറിനെ എനിക്ക് ചെറുപ്പം മുതലേ അറിയാം. ബ്ലെയറിന്റെ സൺഡേ സ്കൂൾ സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് ആണ്. കൂടാതെ എൻ്റെ പള്ളികളൊക്കെ വരുന്ന കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ അതിനപ്പുറമായിട്ട് എനിക്കൊന്നും അറിയത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. കുറച്ച് നാൾ മുമ്പ് ഞങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ ബ്ലെയറുമായി സംസാരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ഞങ്ങൾക്കത് അത്ര വിശ്വസിക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരുന്നു. കാരണം ഇവര് പഠിച്ച് കല്യാണം ആലോചിക്കുന്ന സമയമായപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഞങ്ങൾ പറയുമായിരുന്നു, നമുക്ക് പള്ളിയിലെ ആരെങ്കിലുമായി കല്യാണം ആലോചിക്കാമെന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അവർ "Oh no, we can't marry somebody from our church. They are my friends, they are my brothers and sisters." അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ കൂടിച്ചേർന്ന് തിരിച്ചും ഒരു ദൈവനിശ്ചയമാണെന്ന് ഞാൻ ഉറച്ചു വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. ഉപ്പിനെ പറ്റി പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ she is a very loving and caring person. Also she is very giving, giver and very kind. അതിന് ഒരു ഓർമ്മ എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ വരുന്നത്, ഇപ്പോൾ എലിമെൻ്ററി സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു ദിവസം സ്കൂളിൽ നിന്ന് വരുമ്പോൾ കരഞ്ഞോണ്ടാണ് വരുന്നത്. ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചതിനെ പറ്റി വടാക്കൻ ലഞ്ച് കഴിച്ചില്ലാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഞാൻ ലഞ്ച് തരാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് ആരും ലഞ്ച് തന്നില്ലാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് എല്ലാവരും ലഞ്ച് തരുന്നെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ചോദിച്ചപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞു, കാര്യങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് ചോദിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയപ്പോഴാണ് മനസ്സിലായത് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ആരെങ്കിലും ലഞ്ച് കൊണ്ടുവരാതിരുന്നാൽ കുക്കു ലഞ്ച് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു. അന്ന് കുക്കു ലഞ്ച് കൊണ്ടുപോകാതിരുന്ന ദിവസം ആരും ഷെയർ ചെയ്തില്ല എന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു കുറച്ച് മനസ്സിൽ സങ്കടം. ഇന്നും അതേ സ്വഭാവത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഉണ്ട്, മാറ്റം അധികം വന്നിട്ടില്ല. പിന്നെ ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുപേരും നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതം ആരോഗ്യമാണ്. രണ്ടുപേരും ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ ഫാമിലി ജനിച്ചു വളർന്നവരാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു ഉപദേശം മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് നിങ്ങളോട് പറയാനുള്ളൂ. You start your day with God and you end your day with God. During the day you walk with Jesus. അപ്പോൾ ഏത് പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായാലും നിങ്ങൾ ജീവിക്കാനുള്ള ദൈവമുണ്ട്. God bless you.
I forgot to thank my brother, my sister, and your brother-in-law from Dubai, my other sister from Oklahoma, my cousin from Canada and Texas, Florida, all over the place. A lot of people from different states of USA and India. Let me thank all of them. Thank you so much.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another big round of applause for that beautiful speech. next, I'm going to request our handsome groom to please escort his lovely mother to the center of the dance floor for the mother and son slow dance. Ladies and gentlemen, can we make some noise and give them a big round of applause?
It's
floor for their first dance. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise out there. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, just a quick announcement to all the parents here today to please kindly request all the parents to please.
Since I survived, I realized wherever you go, that's where I'll follow. Nobody's promised tomorrow.
and gentlemen, friends and family, if you're still standing, I am going to request all guests to please be seated and push attention towards the stage at this time as we're going to go and set up for the Unity Candle Lighting and Milk Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're setting up for the Unity Candle Ceremony, just want to explain to everyone what's happening right now. The Unity Candle in a wedding ceremony symbolizes the joining of two individuals and their families into one united life. Friends and family, if everyone can please come and focus your attention at the center of the dance floor. Here's what's going to happen. The couple each has a taper candle which they will use to light the largest extra candle called the Unity Candle together. The taper candles are often lit earlier by the mothers of the bride and groom representing each family. When the couple lights the Unity Candle together, it represents two lives becoming one, the merging of the families in the beginning of a shared future. Please be seated at this time. Please give your undivided attention as we do have a couple more speeches. Folks, during the speeches, just another reminder to please quiet down, and all the families out there with children to please keep them by you at all times. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly put your hands together as I'd like to invite the maid of honor, LDS Sullivan, to please come on over to say a few words. Friends and family, can we give them a big round of applause? more time. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please give your undivided attention to the maid of honor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here on this incredibly special day. Before I dive into this poorly rehearsed speech, I want to thank the people who made today possible. And no, I don't mean the wedding planners, although you guys crushed it. I'm talking about Kavitha and Blair's amazing parents, Mr. and Mrs. Matthew, Mr. and Mrs. George. Thank you for raising two incredible people and for bringing us all together to celebrate their love. Now, for those of you who don't know me, that's unfortunate, but I'm Elvia, and I've been one of Kavitha's best friends since middle school, back when her toughest decisions was choosing between Team Edward and Team Jacob. Thankfully, she ended up choosing Team Blair. After nearly 20 years of friendship, I could fill a Netflix series of embarrassing stories about Kavitha. But out of respect for her wishes, I won't mention her Justin Bieber pencil case, or the fact that she still owns it. Growing up, we were inseparable. If you were looking for her at school, you just needed to find me. Especially during dodgeball, where I proudly served as her human shield. One of the things I've always loved about Kavitha is the sweet, pure-hearted innocence and the fact that she's always hilariously gullible. Like the time I convinced her our principal had a secret side hustle as a professional wrestler, or the time I told her I was going to eat her pet guinea pig, Jacko, because I'm Peruvian. I've never seen anyone scoop up a rodent so fast in my life. Some of my favorite childhood memories are at her house, like turning the kitchen into an Oriole war zone when we forgot to cover the blender, or when Mrs. Matthew gave me chicken, smiled sweetly and said, "Don't worry, it's not spicy." One bite later, I was sweating, crying, and meeting my ancestors, while Kavitha just smiled. The same smile she had on her face the time I was choking, while she was painting henna on her friends. I tapped her for help, and she looked me dead in the eye and said, "Wait your turn." Kavitha may not be your go-to in the medical emergency, but in every way that really matters, she's always shown up. She's been the most loyal, loving, and kindest friend I could ever ask for. And then came Blair. Well, technically, even the two have known each other for years before they started dating. Now, what can I say about Blair? She's thoughtful, loyal, charming, handsome. I'm having trouble with this part. Blair, your handwriting is terrible. But truly, Blair, you're everything I ever hoped Kavitha would find in a partner. Someone kind, genuine, understanding, and patient. Now, this is the part I'm supposed to cry, but I won't. I woke up too early to look this good. Kavitha, I've known you since we were awkward 12-year-olds with questionable fashion choices and big dreams. Watching you grow, fall in love, and step into this next chapter has been one of the greatest honors in my life. And Blair, thank you. Thank you for loving my best friend through every version of herself. From the girl who hid behind me during gym class to the amazing, beautiful woman sitting next to you today. You truly earned the heart of someone special. Just remember, there are no refunds. And I'm not learning 6 Bollywood dances ever again. Congratulations, you two. I love you both so much, and I wish you all the best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on this side of the ballroom one more time, folks, you have to settle down. I do apologize. We're having a lot of tables that can't hear what's going on. Guys, do me a favor. Please find a chair, and please be seated. And if we could just please quiet down during the speeches. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Zuleika, or as Kavitha has called me over the years.
Z, Zuzu, Zebra, and occasionally. Why are you like this? I've had more nicknames than Kavitha and Blair's number of guests at this room. Thank you for having me here today and giving me the honor of celebrating Kavitha and Blair. And thank you to the George and Matthew families for putting together this beautiful day. I really enjoyed yourselves. Now, I've been friends with Kavitha for 18 years. Her and I met back in 7th grade. She was 13, I was 14, and I will never forget the first time I saw her. Blue jeans, an oversized black sweater, and a backpack that weighed more than she did. She looked like a tiny Dorothy store, except Dora was preparing for math exams, carrying a survival kit, and maybe running a tutoring business out of that day. She carried her lunch, 3 textbooks, and a case full of gel pens. Watching her go up the stairs was like watching someone do CrossFit. She was tiny, determined, and absolutely important. But what has stood to me, has stood out most to me about Kavitha is her kindness. She is the kind of person who will drop everything to help someone else, even if it means sacrificing her own time, sleep, and sanity. Take 7th grade algebra, for example. Now, I was struggling, and when I say struggling, I mean I looked at that homework like it was written in hieroglyphics. But Kavitha, sweet, patient Kavitha, would let me call her on the landline. Yes, Gen Z, that's a phone attached to a wire. And we spent hours on the phone doing homework together. I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Matthew were thrilled when they saw the phone bill at the end of the month. She'd walk me through each problem, line by line, like a math angel. But here I was asking her if X was the same thing as 7, or is this one of those go with your gut problems? But not once did she make me feel it. Even though, looking back, she probably had every right to do so. She'd delay her own homework just to make sure that I understood mine. And that, my friends, is the only reason why I passed algebra. Kavitha deserved my grade, and I just showed up with an answer. As we got closer in high school, we expanded our friend group and added more neurodynamic friends. We called ourselves HG5, and no, it didn't stand for Hot Girls 5, although we definitely could have pulled it off. It actually stood for Honor Girls 5. Yes, our idea at the time was acing chemistry quizzes and comparing GPAs. It was wild. After high school, life did its thing. Kavitha went off to college and stayed closer to home. Life got busy. I stayed closer to home and life got busy. But fate brought us back together when I was working at the same hospital where her niece was born. And it was like no time had passed. Still the same Kavitha, still the same Z. And yes, for those of you still wondering, still struggling with algebra. Just kidding. So please don't test. Please don't test me. Now by this point, Kavitha was clearly more grown, more mature. Boys didn't gross her out anymore, and she had grown into a beautiful woman. As we talked, she told me about this guy named Blair. And I was like, Blair? The one that used to come over back in the day? The one just hanging out in your living room? You mean he was there the whole time? Girl, true love was standing in your living room and you were just blind. Literally blind. She always hated wearing her glasses. Honestly, if she had just worn her glasses, this wedding could have happened 5 years ago. When she started talking about it, I could tell why they had chosen each other. From everything she shared, it's obvious why she felt for him. Blair is kind, patient, thoughtful, and supports her in everything that she does. What makes them such a perfect match is how naturally they give to each other the same care they've always given to everyone else. Kavitha, my sweet, kind, and slightly oblivious friend, you found someone who truly respects you, celebrates you, and brings out the best in you. And Blair, thank you for loving her the way that she deserves. I wish you a life full of laughter, late night snacks, algebra-free evenings, and a love that keeps growing.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another big round of applause for that beautiful speech. All right, folks, before we move on, once again, ladies and gentlemen, on the left side of the ballroom, please, I do apologize. I know you guys are having a wonderful time. You will have plenty of time, but we got to get through the speeches. If everyone could please just quiet down. I unfortunately do not want to come table to table to make sure you guys quiet down. Do me a favor, just keep the volume very low. Let's respect all the people that are giving a speech here today. Thank you. Put your hands together and help me welcome the beautiful bride's sister. Yes, if you please come on over to say a few words. Can we make some noise for her?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Christina. I'm Kuku's older sister. Growing up, we went everywhere together. More like she followed me around everywhere. We went to school together, church, and then as we got older, we went to parties together, which our parents weren't very happy about. And then even to the library for study sessions. There is a reason I'm mentioning the library. Growing up, she's always believed in fairy tales, specifically her own version of love at first sight. I remember her telling me definitely more than once how she imagined it would go. She'd bump into a guy at a bookstore, drop all her books, he'd help her pick them up, and their eyes would meet in slow motion, like a scene straight out of a movie. And of course, violins would play in the background. And that was her only true version of love. Well, I guess dreams really do come true, because while it wasn't a bookstore, Kuku and Blair's story did begin with drop books during those so-called study sessions at the library. So a lot of us church friends would go to the library together often. What everyone thought were innocent group study sessions were actually undercover dates. Keeping that a secret for as long as I did wasn't that easy. So Blair has been a part of our circle for as long as I can remember. He was one of the guys. I know my mom mentioned this, but Kuku would call him her brother. Anytime someone would ask her if she would date someone from church, she would laugh and say, "Ew, no, they're all like my brothers." Well, apparently one of those brothers had a promotion coming. Promoted to husband. So over time, what started as a friendship turned into something more. And I guess I can say, watching the way Blair looks at Kuku and the way she lights up around him, it's clear that this is the fairy tale kind of love she's always dreamed about. I wish you guys a lifetime of laughter, adventure, and happiness.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give her another big round of applause. stage, please put your hands together and help me welcome the three best men. Can we make some noise for them? Who's calling?
Hey,
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Vivian. I have the privilege of being Blair's older brother, and today his best man. To be fair, I've been his best man since he was born. I just didn't have to give a speech back then. When we were growing up, we were some crazy kids, as our parents would say, by the Rockleigh. When we were young, our parents entrusted me to babysit these two little kids. So one morning, our dad went to work, and our mom went to sleep after the night shift. We did what typical kids would do, like play video games and fight for the same toys. When we got bored, we would start messing around with the bathroom sink and tub. Then we had a crazy idea to block all the drains and let the water run and see what happens. The water was rising. We didn't think anything of it. Blair and I were playing together, and Bliss was playing by himself in the corner. So we thought we had all under control. We did not. We flooded the whole basement, the whole apartment. I thought I was going to get in trouble the most because I was the oldest. But no, Blair stepped up and said, and he was on him. Bliss and I were just standing there, nodding our heads. It's him, not us. After that, our parents never trusted us alone again. That's the kind of brother love was. That's the kind of brother that is. The one who always can rely on, always has our back. You bring the best in him. You two have this beautiful balance. Equal parts of love and laughter. You're thoughtful, down to earth, full of joy, and it felt like you're a big part of the family from the very beginning. Watching the two of you together is like watching a real good team. One that communicates, supports each other, and still laughs at the same jokes. And that's what marriage is. Not just love, but friendship and teamwork. I love you guys. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, health, as you begin on this new chapter.
You guys are gonna want to hear this. It's time to roast Blair and cook it. No more nice talks. We're gonna take the next few minutes, me and Bliss, back and forth, to say some nasty things. I'm just kidding. We're gonna say some good things, but also some funny things. That's it. So let's start. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blair and Cuckoo Experience. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anish Thomas. I have the honor and challenge of being Blair's best friend and best man.
Hello. My name is Liz. I am Blair's younger brother. There's three of us, Vivian, Blair, and myself. Together we make the PPP Brothers. And I got a lot to say about this guy, Blair, over here. So let me start by saying, so the first way that Blair traumatized me was.
Yo, hold on, Bliss. That's too long, bro. We don't have time. We'll cut this at 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all we got for speech. So let me just get things started here. What did we say about Blair? Alright, so the thing about Blair, everybody who knows Blair's got a specific personality. Blair's the type of guy, he's the type of boy who grew up watching Vampire Diaries and thinking that every girl in the world chased him around views on every single topic, and he's a Harvard graduate on it. He is the guy who claims he's an expert on every topic, and no one can debate with him. Let's start with the facts. There's one thing that you all know, and I know about Blair, is that Blair has a unique personality trait that we in this like to call Blair logic. See, Blair logic is not usual logic. It's unique, doesn't make any sense, and always confusing for most people, and it's impossible to argue with.
Absolutely. Blair logic is really something else. Don't bother looking up the facts, because Blair will always have the answer, at least in his eyes. According to Blair, the Tesla Model Y is the fastest car in the world. I remember seeing a Ferrari Spider on the street, and I'm admiring the car. And then Blair goes, nah, my Tesla can beat that. I'm like, nah, bro. Even when Google proves otherwise, I gotta admire Blair's confidence.
That's right. I remember so many memories just like that, bro. This is one time, long debate I had with Blair about something so simple as Valentine's Day. You see, Blair doesn't believe in Valentine's Day. He thinks it's a waste of time. He thinks it's a pagan holiday. I quote, he believes it's a pagan holiday. It's not for Christians, and it's truly evil. So even though I tried to continue on explaining to him, bro, listen, St. Valentine is all about spreading love. But to Blair, that's nonsense. It's a myth. Valentine isn't even romantic claims. I have every conversation is a theological lesson for Blair. So many other examples, one of which is like flowers. Blair doesn't believe in flowers for Valentine's Day. Can't explain why. He also doesn't believe in traveling. He doesn't believe in going anywhere beyond 5 miles of his house. He doesn't even come to Rockleigh, where Bibbin, his brother, and me, his best friend, lives. He believes it's too far. Blair's a unique kind of guy. Oh, I got another funny one. He doesn't want Cuckoo to drive. And to be honest with you, Blair, I agree with that. I didn't also disagree. See, Cuckoo hasn't got the driver's license. It's been like 15 years, Cuckoo. What are you trying to do this? I think we can all agree, everyone, that the roads are probably safer without Cuckoo driving on it.
100%. But yeah, you gotta admit, Cuckoo is a perfect match for Blair. I think it amazes me and everyone in this room that Blair is marrying a woman. As fantastic as Cuckoo. Cuckoo deserves the Jimmy V Award for perseverance. People say you can tell a lot about someone who plays basketball, and that is very true with Blair. He's a team player, he gets all your missed shots, he's unselfish, and he's there when you need him. He also thinks he could have made the NBA if he was 5 inches taller, and truly believes he could guard any NBA player. But the NBA can't even guard me. But I love his confidence. We had a lot of basketball battles in the past with Bibbin. People always say us three were always together, and it was quite true. We were always together. For example, we played video games growing up. And by that, I mean I used to watch Blair play video games growing up. He didn't share that controller. And also, we used to practice WWE wrestling moves. And by that, I mean Blair used to practice WWE wrestling moves on me. But regardless of what was going on, it was always so much fun, and thank God no serious injuries.
Agreed, Bliss, agreed. Remember all those Batista bombs we used to do on you? Yes, we abused Bliss. He was a kid. Also, if you all know Blair, you know one thing about Blair is that if it's something he doesn't personally do or experience, it's fake news. Blair only believes in the stuff that he's experienced. For example, if he hasn't done it, it doesn't exist. Traveling to him is unnecessary. Flowers on Valentine's Day, not needed. Driving, not for Cuckoo. Cardio exercise for the week. And weightlifting, that's one thing that he might like. But if it's not part of his routine, to him it's a scam. And talking about credit card, he doesn't believe that either, side note. No credit card for him. And yet, for all of his strong, stubborn opinions, Blair is one of the most loyal, dependable, and inspiring people that I know. Yeah, I know, I gotta get a little emotional and say some good things now. Hey, there whenever I did a reality check, and a reminder of God's overall plan. Blair has been the guy who kept me grounded, pushed me further, and prayed with me through all of it. I believe God put me and Blair on this journey together before Cuckoo, since childhood, as two little fat, chunky kids running around church, getting yelled at by Lidro and Basil for no reason, to being altar boys for life, to heading to Money Paul for school, to going to the Caribbean for big boys, and to now forever brothers. He has always motivated me, advised me, yelled at me when I'm wrong, but with love, fought with me, and yet always stood by my side with that cheerful smile of his. This is just who he is as a guy, and for that, I will always love you, brother. And now, there's Cuckoo. Cuckoo, the one person on earth who can challenge Blair logic and still win. Cuckoo, you were the calm to this storm, and the only person who could convince Blair to do things and maybe compromise on, just maybe, you might get a Valentine's Day one day. I would like to take some credit for bringing these two lovebirds together. You see, from the days I've known these guys, I've always third-wheeled them. Never knew it was happening. They were always flirting and were in love with each other. We would have long phone conversations. I had no idea what was going on. It wasn't until all my friends decided to tell me last about their relationship. But being both of your closest friends since childhood, I couldn't have asked for anything else. I am grateful and thankful to God for bringing you two, my brother and sister, together. I literally dreamt of the day when my best friends would marry each other, and today, now, it's happening. Together, you guys are a blessed power couple, and I can't wait to see what else God has planned for you on your new beautiful journey together.
Now, with all the roast, I should probably say something nice about Blair too. He's the most passionate man I know. Blair, you truly taught me so much. You make me a better person and a better believer. You urge me to pray to God every day. The God who serves is a living God, and it's actual proof in this room tonight. Cuckoo, you're as kind, respectful, thoughtful, and warm person as I've ever met. I have two brothers here, but we have a whole group of friends that me and Blair also call our brothers, and that includes Anish. So Cuckoo, today you gained a husband, but you also gained a dozen brothers. That's it! We love you guys, we're all here for you guys, and we do anything for you guys. That's it! Now with all that being said, let's raise our glasses and make a cheers to the bride and the groom. To Blair and Kavitha, may God continue to bless you both, and may your love continue to grow every single day. Cheers to the brand new couple, the brand new married couple, I should say. To Blair and Kavitha, cheers, guys.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the best man another big round of applause. here today. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and make some noise for your bridesmaids and friends out there. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I am going to request everyone to please remain seated so everyone in the back can see the performance. Real quick announcement, guys. For those of you taking videos, please do not get in the photographer's way. Thank you. One more time. gentlemen, we have another performance from the groomsmen and friends. Can we make some noise for them? One more time, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your groomsmen out there.
New York, the real New York. I don't live in Colorado. Talking about black receiving, man. All of y'all know we got this. This is Kiss. I'm outside.
picture. Come on over, guys, until I see more people. I'm not going to do the countdown. This includes everybody. Come on over, guys. Don't be shy. A little bit closer, guys. A little bit closer. There we go. Friends and family, everybody else, come on over and join us. Everyone on the left side, you're staring, but you're not coming. Come on over, guys. Don't be shy. Bridegroom wants everybody to come on over for this group picture. I still need more people. A little bit more, folks. Come on. A little bit more. Don't be shy. Grab your friend. Drag them over. Grab your drinks. Bring them over. All right, everybody look at the camera right here. Big smile. Big smile. When I count to 3, y'all put your hands up and make some noise for your bridegroom. Ready? One time. 1, 2, 3. Y'all make some noise. Y'all ready? Let's go!
Superman, that shit crack.
Are you ready? One time, sing it! I can't hear you! Louder! Now! Everybody up! Get your hands up! Everybody now! Sing it! I can't hear you! One more time! Put your hands up!
For shelter you from the storm.
Okay, I want to see everybody go crazy on the dance floor. Let's go. One time.
listen to your body. I'm talking on it. me shake it to the max. DJ please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Bad man, she love. Bad man, she love. Yeah. Bad man, she love. Bad man, she love. Bad man, she love. Yeah. Bad man, she love. Bad man, she love. Yeah.
Let's get, come on. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all ready one time? Here we go, here we go, here we go. I want to see you guys go crazy right now. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3, everybody now. Let's get, come on. Hey, hey.
This bitch is fine, I came to the club, I get the left hand. I play with you, man.
better get it. I'm popping pussy like this.
Yeah, here we go now. Come on.
And let me see you get low. If you want this stuff, now take it to the floor. Lay your ass on that. If you can keep your ass where you at.
Let's go. Oh, oh. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. Everybody on the dance floor right now, one time, come on.
How you feel, how you feel, how you feel? 25 sitting on 25 mil. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, but holla whenever I stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot. Tell tune like one, pass it like a relay. YMCMB, know how I see it.
Yeah.
Be friendly and Molly Mall, let it go. Shot goes out to Nico J and Chuck, shot to Gibbo. We got Santa Margarita by the leader. She know even if I'm fucking with her, I don't really need her. Oh, this ain't fair, man, this really ain't fair. Let the pimpin' nice cold. Just wanna chill, I mean, maybe she gone. Maybe she feeling like a nose gang, so she know the deal. Yeah, she gon' photo. You already know though. You only live once, that's the motto. We YOLO, we got it. Hey, 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 hey. Baby, she don't know what this shit.
If you a bad chick, freak, freak, touch her toes like what? She said the summertime, she trying some fun. If you a freak, do your thing, don't do no running. It's summertime, yeah, we ain't cuffin'. Take this little chick, yeah, man, ain't no nothing. Forget about time, I'm tryna go to Soul City. Your chick turned up, she asked, can you come and get me? Like what? Okay, let's get it. I just messed up the whole program. Beat it off, knock it down, get nasty on cam. All night, alright. Turn it off the lights, and beat it like a mic.
Yeah.
Killer don't run from this fight.
Come on.
Hey, check it out. It's sick to the register. Stepping out. Who did it bring? Big boy choice. I do big boy things. Big boy noise. Cause I know the girls like war. I know what they like. They wanna stay and party. So bring some.
Shorty,
Hope you guys had a wonderful time. I do apologize for the short dance floor, but we still appreciate for everyone coming out and celebrating with us. I'm sure you guys are going to keep partying for the rest of the day, so enjoy the rest of the evening. And a big congratulations to your beautiful bride and groom. A big shout out to our DJ. Unfortunately, I cannot keep going as we have another event going on right after this. Hope you guys had a good time. Thank you again for joining us here